Slammiversary Train Belle. This is DS.
And the Sriracha Muchacha, Paloma Star.
To infinity and beyond, I'm Joey Mayberry.
We're together in person. Look, I can touch them.
I can't.
Yes. But shh. Slammiversary.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. Slammiversary was so good.
Yes, it was.
I was there.
I was there.
You got some screen time too.
Yeah,
I was like,
a
there's
lot of
DS,
screen
and
time.
there's DS, and there's DS.
I was holding this, and I was holding this. Gail Kim, my Korean sister, invited me to be at Slammiversary. I was behind Sean Ross, so, you know, that was annoying. Just kidding. It was amazing. Okay, we're going into the Slammiversary. Woo! Okay. I think we're going to the gorilla, maybe. Damn.
Hell, he might not even give a damn about his own company. And we're gonna let a guy like this.
It was an absolutely amazing event, but let's talk about Slammiversary because this was such a good show.
So good.
It was insane, and it was only like what 200 people in the crowd, but occasionally it was just like the roof was blowing off of it. It felt like what we got at Money in the Bank.
So starting from the kickoff show, so we had the Knockouts Tag Championship, Fire and Flava versus the Decay.
I've always liked the Decay. I think the Decay looks so cool.
I love the Decay. I think I like how you say the Decay more though.
The Decay.
The Decay.
Yes, love some Decay. I love Decay. Just being a women's wrestling fan, I was kind of like, ugh, women and the pre-show, I was kind of annoyed.
There you.
But the moment they came out, it was so electric. I fell in love right away. And Rosemary and Havoc are just veterans.
Yeah, totally. It was kind of cool to see Rosemary because I've actually have followed her career since she was Courtney Rush, which is an insane transition and change for her. But even her being Rosemary for so long, she still manages to do a little bit of difference between it. She's not the same as when she first started. So even her looks different, how she wrestles is different. So it's really cool to see her career trajectory take off that way.
The same can be said for Havoc, because like
totally.
Havoc's like even got that standard like I'm a big girl, I'm a monster vibe, but she still pulls out a different version of that same character every time you see her, which is really cool.
You know who I really pop for too? Kiera Hogan when she twerks.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, she just like twerks. And I'm just like, what? That's the real twerking. She's so good at twerking.
Yeah.
She's real good at it. Katie Forbes, watch out. Like,
I'm so impressed by Kiera Hogan, by the way. And she's just so fun. She shit talks the entire match. From the time she came out, she like shit talks the entire match. I love her.
And what I love too about the dynamic is that on paper, or like if nobody has ever seen them before, they could like look at those two teams and be like, oh, the dark ones are gonna be the heels with the dark scary characters and the face paint, and then like the cute little smaller girls are gonna be the faces. But no, it's actually the other way around, and I think they do a great way of playing each other, like their own characters. Fire and Flava have so much intensity that makes up for their like height difference, their size difference, and I think that's kind of hard to do being like smaller and shorter, but they bring it. Those slaps, those strikes, those kicks, they are there and they're landing it, and like how you said, they talk shit the whole time, which I love. So much sassiness. You saw Tasha Steelz getting in there in the twerk too. I was like, okay girl, get it.
So size difference is definitely there, but Fire and Flavor never looked like they were like the underdogs.
No.
even against the monster like Havoc.
Yeah.
Right.
It's nuts. You know my favorite thing about Fire and Flava though?
What?
Do y'all remember Flava dolls? No, y'all don't remember Flava dolls?
My ESL ass is like, what is Flava Dolls?
So it was like early 2000s, and they were just like dolls. They were like Barbies, but they were like all kind of just like, what's your flavor? And that was the commercial, and it had the best theme song ever. It was like,
So they remind you of...
yeah, I love the flavors. They make me happy. I enjoy it. I'm a toy nerd.
I was actually really surprised that they lost the title in the pre-show, by the way. I really love them as a team. And they work so well together, I'm kind of surprised they lost it already.
Which was weird because you don't necessarily see a lot of title changes in the pre-shows, and it being not only just a title change, but such a good, solid, overall good tag match. Like it had everything that a tag match should have. Like I can't even like pick it apart. Like it was perfect. It was exciting. I feel like, how is this on the pre-show? Like this is so good. Like it should definitely be on the main show.
Is there really even such a thing as a pre-show anymore?
That's
because
true.
everything's pretty much streamed now. Like you don't have to order it and do like a pay-per-view. Like remember when you used to have to watch it on Heat before the pay-per-view came on? Like, this doesn't feel like that at all. This just feels like one complete show by now.
So the rumor right now that's out there is that Kiera Hogan's contract is up this summer.
Okay.
So maybe that played part in this title change too, maybe. So who else is in the tag division? So we've got Rachel and Jordan Grace, right?
Hopefully a resurgence of Jazz. I would keep my fingers crossed for that to the end of the year.
She's retired. Well,
No.
I'm sorry. She's retired on Impact. She better come to Chicago.
I know, or I'll go anywhere.
Let's do it. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen.
Come on, y'all.
So let's go to the second match of the evening. Another tag match. So it is Ryan Myers, also known as Kurt Hawkins, teams up with Emma, now known as Tenille Dashwood. They are going against Matt Cardona, also known as Woo Woo Woo, Zack Ryder, and a mystery opponent. So there were a lot of kind of speculations about who the mystery opponent was.
Was it really though? I feel like it was pretty obvious.
I mean, it was obvious because Tenille, let's get into personal territory here. Tenille is Matt Cardona's ex. Kurt Hawkins was Zack Ryder's ex-partner in the storyline. So it's like, it only makes sense that it's Chelsea Green who's currently engaged with Matt Cardona.
Just hit the Total Divas theme song right now.
totally.
That's exactly what that is.
So yeah, it only makes sense storyline-wise, but I listened to Chelsea Green's podcast. She talked about how she injured her wrist. She's out of action.
Right.
So I believed it, forgetting that she's a freaking hot mess, so she was lying.
I mean, she came out with her whole like cast, but I don't know
Was
if
that a
it's
cast. That was like something I've never seen before. It just kind of looked like a big black block. Like, that's all it was.
I mean, she could be pulling a Bob Orton and just have like the cast on for like 9 years.
Oh, that's a good gimmick.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Totally. Because you can easily imagine it's harder, so you could hit him.
Oh my god, remember the time that Trish hit Nidia with the cast? And it was like
Yeah.
1, 2, 3 right away?
Oh my God!
But speaking of Chelsea, I mean, I believed her because with her luck,
Oh, yeah.
with her luck getting first injury right on the NXT debut, second injury on her SmackDown debut, I believed with her luck that she would injure herself right when her 90 day was up.
That would make sense for her, for sure. It would be on brand.
But it was a lie.
Which I'm glad.
I'm glad it was a lie, but I just talk real quick about that half-on-half look that Chelsea was doing.
Oh, yeah.
That was the most brilliant little thing I've ever seen. I was like, this is perfection, because you've got this whole WWE side that she's trying to play up to, and then also acknowledging her history with TNA. Go Chelsea Green. I love it.
Even the Titantron, when she came and like faced herself,
Yeah.
so good.
Awesome.
Just seeing Chelsea Green walk out, she was a freaking star.
Yeah, you could tell.
She looked amazing from the entrance to the match to the winning ceremony. Like, she was just a shiny star. And I'm like, WWE, what did you miss? I mean, obviously the injuries, yes, but what did you miss? She's a freaking star.
I feel like you're going to say that again when we talk about Deonna and Mickie James in just a minute.
I don't think a lot of people realize how different it is wrestling in front of people in like a crowd versus wrestling on TV or for TV. Like, it's completely different. You have to know where the hard cam is. You have to, like, whatever you do, face where the hard cam is and find the roaming camera, like when your entrance is. And like Chelsea Green like hits all those marks. Right. She seems like she's been wrestling on TV for like 10 years because she's such a pro and looks like such a star and looks so natural at it. It's not like she's standing on her mark and then moving on the other one. No, she's completely natural. I totally believe it, and I want to see definitely more of her. And like you said, like, I don't know what they didn't see and what they let her go, but you know, good for her. She's definitely landing on her feet.
Because they always knew she had charisma, because before they even put her in the ring, they were bringing her on for segments with was it Daniel Bryan?
Oh, she did work with Daniel Bryan for a segment, right.
And they knew that she could act. They knew she had the charisma. They knew that she had the in-ring chops. So I just don't see why they couldn't put 2 and 2 together.
I mean, but in this match, she proved that she's a star. Oh, that Canadian Destroyer she put? Like,
did you see the internet debate on that Canadian Destroyer?
what was it?
How are you gonna have? I do agree a little bit.
What is it?
Petey Williams invented this move that is like a transitional move now, thanks to the internet and thanks to Super Indies. So,
Way to go, gifts.
And he was on the show. He was on the first match.
Yeah, and he did the Canadian Destroyer from like off the top of Ultimate X, which was nuts.
Okay, so I don't like to talk about men's match, but let's talk about the men's match for a little bit. I love Ace Austin, by the way. Hot. But also that match like freaking tear the house down.
It was insane.
But anyway, I still thought that Canadian Destroyer was amazing.
Yeah, it looked great. She did it perfectly and everything, and it was done like at the right time and everything, but I could kind of see where they're coming from a little bit. But also, if Petey Williams is there, like, I feel like he was cool with it, right?
Yeah, like they had to run it by
Yeah,
him.
totally. So
I want to know now. I want that tea. That's a tea that I want.
it probably was that. He's like, yeah, sure.
Well,
I
he
don't
said
care.
on Twitter before, didn't he post like a passive-aggressive tweet where he was like, hey, this move that I made that's now a transitional move.
I mean,
Yeah.
celebrity guests use it now. So,
Bad Bunny did
That is true.
so Matt Cardona had a really cute spot. So Tenille low blowed Matt Cardona the impact before. So this time he came prepared with like a cup. Came prepared. It was really cute, and
And
he
it was
pulled it out.
bedazzled. I want one. I need it.
And he made someone eat it.
Yeah.
Right. I was like, can I?
Yes.
But
Not mad at it.
But also, this was a question I had for a little bit, and I want to ask you: do women getting low blow hurt?
I have a hilarious story about this. The answer to that question is sometimes.
Okay.
Because this is gonna get pretty graphical. It depends where you hit.
Oh.
Like sometimes it's just like okay, whatever, and sometimes they like get right in there and it does hurt. Quite honestly.
Would it be like getting punched in the gut? Like
Yeah,
sometimes?
yeah, totally. But my super random funny side story about it is when I was training with Taz at the Team Taz dojo, I was working a match with this guy named Sam from England. It was like a walk and talk match. We didn't call
Okay.
anything. And in the middle of the match, he low blows me, and I sell it. And Taz popped so much that I sold a low blow. But I'm like, because I really didn't know. I'm like, am I supposed to sell this or not? First of all, he's like, what are you doing low blowing a chick? And second of all, what are you doing selling it? And I'm like, I don't know. I just thought I was supposed to. But yes, I've been low blowed in a match before.
So would you sell it now?
I don't know.
I mean, you guys have seen the classic Shelly Martinez moment, right? On Impact screaming, my badge! Like, really loud.
I was kind of curious about that spot. It was a good match.
Kind of obvious, but sometimes the obvious is what should happen. I didn't expect it to be technical, and quite honestly, it didn't have to be.
What do we think of Tenille, by the way?
Okay, I love Tenille. I think she's fantastic, but I'm more sold on Caleb with a K. I love Caleb.
I love their team. It's
Yeah.
really cute.
It works real well together for
Yeah,
sure.
and her personality it's basically that personality. I don't think she's ever this person in real life, to be honest, from what I experienced at least. But
I'm that person. That's all I do.
she did it. But I think she just fits perfectly with that gimmick. So I'm happy for her and excited to see what Chelsea will do. Maybe with Tenille or maybe with other people like Deonna Purrazzo.
I'm really curious with the way that she did the half and half with the hairstyle. I think that's why I was so intrigued by it. Is she going to play up this I'm two characters, like maybe a la Mick Foley type deal, where there's two different personalities?
Also, Impact just announced their own version of Mixed Tag Tournament. Mixed Tag Tournament?
Mixed match tag.
Mix match tag?
It's
Mix.
Why is that for us to figure
Anyway,
out?
so they have like this Homecoming Queen King whatever pay-per-view that they announced. I think Matt and Chelsea will be together for a little bit.
Yeah,
And,
I think so too. And I also really like that Impact is doing lots of intergender wrestling because you don't really see too much of it anywhere else. I mean, you see a little bit here and there, but I love that they're doing a whole programming based on intergender and mixed tag team matches.
And this tournament will be very interesting because I heard there's some exciting names coming to Impact for this, but it's gonna be good.
because she's sitting right there.
So let's go to the last match, Deonna Purrazzo versus the mystery opponent. Who was her mystery opponent picks, by the way?
I wanted Britt Baker. I wanted DMD.
Britt Baker. What about you?
I kind of wanted Gail Kim.
Gail Kim.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You probably would have known that.
No, so I was casually eating dumplings with Gail Kim
Oh my
before
god.
the show.
Hold on. You dropped this name.
Casually eating soup dumplings. She's done. Like she had such a perfect ending with Tessa Blanchard, so she's
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
but that was just like, man.
Right. I
Amazing.
thought this, and this is proof. I thought it would be Mickie James, so I made this little. So
It's a good guess.
it's like a guess, and then, I mean, she did eventually come out, and so when Thunder Rosa came out, which I freaking loved, but I was like, oh no.
Try to watch. Want to see?
Is that
I don't know. It just makes me so happy at the beginning of her music every single time. Like, and then the crowd erupting for it, just like, oh, Rosa, I'm like, ah.
Did you know that that's Christy Hemi's voice?
Oh,
It's not.
What? Really?
Thunder Rosa!
Towards me. You had me going. You could have just kept on going with it. Like,
That's Hemi powered right there.
What did you think of Thunder Rosa coming out?
I popped hardcore. I was excited for Thunder Rosa. I was wanting Britt Baker, but I mean, when you look at Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa, it kind of goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
So
Right,
just
right.
as excited.
she looked amazing. Loved her gear. Her Aztec headgear was amazing. I mean, she always looks good, but as soon as I saw her walk out, I'm like, oh, this match is gonna be great already. Like, they haven't even touched, and I knew this match is gonna be amazing, which it was.
I mean, Thunder Rosa is one of the biggest names you can get in the indie scene right now. She's so hot coming from that match with Britt Baker that people are still talking about. She's also in NWA, so it makes sense with the whatever is happening after with Mickie James. I mean, it was great. And just Thunder Rosa and Deonna Purrazzo, that's a dream match for a lot of people.
It's a dream match for everyone. And if you're not saying yes, then you're wrong. I don't care exactly what you think, but
You're wrong.
how was it being in just that back and forth chant of
Yeah,
Thunder
Thunder
Rosa?
Rosa, Virtuosa.
My heart was smiling because it's been so long since we've had like just crowd chants. And then to have that arena just deafening for at least 2 minutes or
Yeah.
so, back and forth chants, that was nuts.
Right.
Deonna Purrazzo is so gifted in
So
that
good.
ring. I can watch her wrestle all day because she can just snatch a body part like nobody else's business. Like, I watch a lot of European wrestling, and she holds a candle to everyone over there. It's amazing.
So what did you think of this match?
So good. You couldn't get any better two women wrestlers than these two, especially like in this level of wrestling. And no matter what they did, it was gonna be good. And I think I love seeing Thunder Rosa literally everywhere because, like you just mentioned, she's in like 3 major promotions, and she runs her own promotion too. Like, damn girl, get it. She really is la mera mera. But as soon as they locked up, just within that lockup, you could tell a lot how a match is gonna be just within the lockup itself. It's just like so like nonchalant, whatever. But they like locked up, and like there was just like 2 bulls in a fight trying to figure out who was taking over. But so much back and forth, so good. And I love that they played up to how you were saying Deonna's strengths, working the arm and how many submissions she could do. And she's just so technically gifted that you quite honestly don't see that a lot in wrestlers, but especially in women wrestlers. So it's amazing to see that. I mean, I was able to take a seminar with Deonna, and like seeing her just even do like random drills and like the spots that Mikey run, and it was like perfect. I'm like, damn, like what, why are you even in the seminar? Like, you could teach you a seminar. But it was really good. I loved it. I think it's the pinnacle of indie style for women's wrestling. And I know people are going to like, what do you mean indie style? But it's a lot of like back and forth, lots of big spots, more technical than like showmanship, in my opinion. It was so good. Like, the fact that this level of women's wrestling exists is insane to me. Like, look at where we came from. Like, imagine if you went back on a time machine and be like, this is gonna be women's wrestling. You're like, what? No. Like,
And you know, being out there, I could feel that Thunder Rosa is just almost like conducting the audience. Like, she did not give us a moment to rest because we were invested in the match the entire time. She was interacting with us, make us participate in the match, which was so fun. Like, it was great.
Can I just say that Thunder Rosa has been wrestling for like, what, 3 years? 4 years?
Wait, she's new?
Yes!
Yeah.
She's definitely been wrestling, I want to say 5 years, maybe.
What?
Like, she is stupid good. Like, for how long she's been wrestling.
I'm shook.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. She hasn't been wrestling that long. I think
Wait.
when I met her, she was only in for like 2 years, so she has to be probably 5, maybe 6. I know for sure she has not been wrestling that long.
I am shocked because the way she was just working the crowd was just, she looked like one of the most veteran people in the show.
Yes.
Some people just have it, and she's got it.
I'm shook about this. I do have a controversial opinion though. I feel like this match should have gone in like 5 minutes more.
The finish was kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I kind of wish it was maybe a little bit bigger build up for the finish and like a crescendo. Maybe a little bit more fall season though.
Crescendo for the virtuoso.
She just hit the Queen's Gambit out of nowhere and it was over. And I was like, oh, which is fine, but just like a little bit more like build up to it. And, but
Right, because when Thunder Rosa came out, I mean, it's such a dream match. I kind of wanted it to go a little longer, but it seemed like it's like a part one of something to come more.
That's what I was going to say next. Do you think that we're going to get more of this, or do you think this is a one and done for Thunder?
I want more. I am still thirsty. I think there's a lot more for them to show us.
I don't know. My thirst kind of got quenched when Mickie James came out. Not gonna lie.
That too. I want to briefly talk about Deonna's 1 year. So she won the title last Slammiversary against Jordynne Grace, and it's been years. Great match. And then she also had the Iron Man match, which was amazing. And she basically defeated everyone since then. ODB, Jess, Taya. It's been a great reign. Right. But I do have to say, I want to see even more. Jordynne Grace feud, I think still that's my favorite. So.
I think the thing with Deonna is she has really good matches, but I think there needs to be more storylines that come from those matches or lead to those matches, as opposed to just like random spot really good matches. Like I think that's why maybe your favorite one was with Jordynne Grace, because it was more of a storyline being built into it.
She had just a very dominant and memorable title reign. As compared to like all of her contemporaries, because like Sheeta had the belt, but she really wasn't wrestling for most of last year. She had like a few title defenses. The big reign that I can think of from last year was Bayley, but other than that, in WWE, there wasn't too many title reigns where I was like, this is going to be really memorable in 5 years.
Right.
Yeah.
Deonna's first year, boom, she killed it. She owned it.
She's amazing. So I want to see even more, because she's great. I want her to be the legend. I feel like she's going there. I'm excited to see what she's going to do with Empowerrr, because like you said, Mickie James came out with the hardcore country.
And that crowd screamed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I forgot that she lives in Nashville too.
So she just drove there.
Yeah. Basically, the crowd lost it. I lost my voice. I was so happy that she came out. She looked amazing.
So good. Oh my gosh. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I wish I was looking like Mickie James when I was that old. No, I wish I was looking like Mickie James now. Like, she looks absolutely stunning, so amazing. And not only that, but she still got it. Like, she doesn't skip a beat. Like, I can't wait to see her in the ring, like, full time, doing her thing again, because it was just great to see her, and especially because she had such a huge impact in Impact, quite honestly. She had a great run there.
Just an impact, like in professional.
Yeah, in general.
Right.
It's Mickie James. Like what was said about Chelsea earlier, where WWE looked at it and went, there's nothing of value here, we're just going to go ahead and release you.
Why don't you do us all a favor and grab your trash bag and get the hell out of here?
WWE was a company that was like really heavy on bringing in older talent. Like you see Edge come back and the Goldberg rumors and all that. Mickie James came out, looked like $1 million, and you don't want to keep her? Well, that's a freaking blessing. Send her to where she's going to thrive like Impact, because she arrived.
And she's going above and beyond by creating the NWA Empowerrr show. She will be the first woman to like run this show, the all women's pay-per-view. So it's really exciting. And I'm so excited that she came to Impact. She already talked about how she wants the best talent in the pro wrestling, regardless of the promotion. And Triple H kind of stopped at it, and I'm like, Triple H, not now. But anyway, she went to Impact because Impact's knockout division is absolutely amazing. For her to go there and recruit all of them, this show's gonna be absolutely amazing.
I mean, recruit all of them, but also recruit didn't, like, she came specifically for this promo for Deonna Purrazzo.
Right.
And rightfully so. You know, with this weekend getting tossed out, you see GOAT thrown at Charlotte Flair a lot. Deonna Purrazzo's up there with the GOAT conversation. I ain't even gonna lie.
So Empowerrr is happening next month, August 31st. We'll be there. Joey's gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. Paloma's gonna. We can't spoil anything. But it's gonna be an absolutely amazing show. It's already announced that Gail Kim's gonna be there, and then Mickie James talked about that she is lining up legends to be there. So I think it's gonna be like the real good evolution. The real evolution 2 is right here. And NWA also announced the tag team championship, the return of the women's tag team championship. So there will be some tag action too. So it's gonna be absolutely amazing.
Not only that, but Mickie James really didn't have to do this. Like, she's already a legend in her own right. She could literally just sat back home, enjoyed her time, do some more music, but she was willing to literally take women's wrestling on her back and was like, yo, I got this. Like, giving so much more opportunities to so many other women, regardless if I'm there or not. It's amazing that so many other women have the opportunity to be seen, to have more places to work, to be taken seriously. And like, Mickie James didn't have to do this at all, because this would have not she's already a legend. It's not like she's gonna be even more of a legend. I mean, obviously she is, but her name's already cemented in wrestling. Right. So the fact that she's willing to go above and beyond for women's wrestling as a whole says so much about her, and it's so awesome that she is, though.
There's also a backstage exclusive between Gail Kim and Mickie. They announced that they will be there for the Thursday episode. I was there for the taping, and I was like kind of tearing up because it was like a really good segment. So get ready for that segment that's happening on Impact on Thursday. I'm like so excited about Impact Wrestling. I gotta figure out a way to review it. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, thank you so much for joining in for the Slammiversary review. Paloma, where can you find you?
You can find me at Paloma Star on Instagram and Twitter, and make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel because I've been putting lots of cool new matches and lots of old promos because why not?
You can find me at Joey_Mayberry on Instagram and Twitter, Joey.Mayberry on TikTok. Every Friday, catch me on Golden Era Podcast with Jake Smith. Every Tuesday, Divas 101 Podcast with Tommy Purr, and here every Saturday on Ring the Bell Live.
And you can find me at Diashin Ring the Bell DS on Twitter, and you can also find all of us on our Patreon exclusive Discord channel where we talk. I spill a lot of tea.
A lot of tea. Like, there's so much tea being spilled that we need a mop to clean it all up. Like, it's insane.
Get a bucket and a mop. That's
the stuff that I can't say publicly, you know what I'm saying?
He said that already there. So come and join if you want to see all the tea. We even have a selfies channel now.
Yes. Oh, that's the best channel.
And it's so
really good.
Oh my god, our patrons are so beautiful, all of them. But so join in, and we'll see you next time. Bye!